Hey guys, it's Kathy, and I'm back with another process video for Hip Kit Club. And I am, I'm just letting you know, I'm running a bit of a fever. I'm not sure what's wrong. Not feeling well, so this will be a very, I don't know, possibly uneventful voiceover. But I wanted to get this up for Hip Kit Club. So this is my first layout with the July Hip Kits, and I used the cut file from Ashley Horton. I used just the single heart, and I cut it out of the art class paper that was exclusive, just to get a multicolored look to it. And then I backed it with the Bella Boulevard Illustrated Faith paper, just the lined part. I just wanted something funky in the background of it. I could have left it white, and that really wouldn't have mattered. So I'm just going to get some strips of paper, probably, I don't know, half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch wide papers. I'm just kind of cutting them at any length, and I'm just using some of the ones that I already kind of cut into. And I think I use a few others that I haven't cut into yet. And I'm just getting lots to work with just so that I have lots. That's the Simple Stories Sunshine and Happiness paper. It's the small floral. We got the big floral in last month's kit, and then we got the small floral in this month's kit, and they both match everything going on pretty perfectly. I'm using some of this funky striped kind of one. That's an exclusive as well, and the black polka dot. I think it's actually navy blue. I'm not sure, but it's an exclusive as well. And I'm kind of inspired by washi tape strips and the strips of tape that came exclusive, but I'm also kind of inspired by there's this piece of ephemera. It's an acetate piece, and it was in the Little You collection, and it was for girl. It was the girl one, and it had the word love, and the love was all different chunks of colors, and that's kind of what started this layout. And I don't even measure where I'm putting them, so that kind of, it does end up kind of wonky at the end, but I don't really care. I'm just going to build my basic letters to start. So I'm not really concerned with colors being too close to other colors or anything like that. I'm just kind of building my letters as much as I kind of want to, building them up. I don't use all the papers that I've cut, that's for sure. But this is like this is a really simple layout. So this would be great for leftover scraps, a whole bunch of washi tape. This would work well too if you had a sewing machine that you could stitch onto. I don't have a sewing machine, so I couldn't stitch onto my letters. I would have loved to. I think that look would have been really cool to have been able to kind of do some crazy stitching all down them. And I didn't want to do hand stitching because that would have taken forever. And I was too excited with my idea to be bothered waiting to do it all. So you can see like the love goes right to the bottom. So I'm going to mount this at the end, and I'm going to cut off mostly the top part to mount it. So I'm grabbing the exclusive tapes that we got, because they're all patterns that match, and I'm just kind of adding more to them just to build up my letters. And I pretty much used the whole set. I think I have the tiniest little bit left at the end because I put some on the heart too. But I just kind of was going crazy with this, and I'm really happy with this layout. I really love it. It's something really bright and funky, which is in a way a little different for me. I don't always work with extremely bright colors, and so this was kind of a lot of fun. And I've been reading a lot online from stuff that people have been saying. A lot of people want to see, just in general, they want people to do layouts that don't have white backgrounds. They want people to do layouts with colored backgrounds. They want people to do multi-photo layouts. They want people to do larger, like 4x6 layouts, and they want people to do like 2-page layouts. And I've been kind of listening to what people have been saying, and then I realized, like, you know, if it's not something I necessarily enjoy doing, I shouldn't force myself to do a layout just because, like I get that people want to see it and I would love to supply that, but sometimes my ideas don't call for more than one photo, or they call, or I want a small photo, or I'm going to use a white background, and I don't always use a white background. So I'm kind of realizing that I just gotta scrap the way I want to scrap, and it's not always going to be everybody's cup of tea. But you know, love what you do and do what you love. So, like, I love that. That would be great just on its own. But no, of course it's not on its own. I went and did some splatters off camera while I and waited for them to dry because it did take a little while for them to dry. That was Heidi Swap black color shine that I used, and I just used a ton of it. I really wanted to really make good use of the white background. So I'm using some of the exclusive ephemera. You don't even really see that at the end, that little scallop, but I like it in there, tucked in there. And I put some washi tape around it, around the hearts on the bottom. I backed the photo with the teal tissue paper that comes in the kit. And then I used a piece of ephemera that I think it was like half like a black and white polka dot and half orange. And I backed it so you would just see the corner and just see the black and white polka dot sticking out the left bottom right hand corner of my photo. And I really like how that works. I wasn't sure if I was going to put any more of a title on. And then I saw the together and I was just like, well, it's a picture of me and my two oldest together. My son, my littlest, was sleeping, having a nap at the time. And I wanted to use the good life. I love those. Those were like, I was determined to get them on the layout, but I only used the life because then I was like, oh, I could make this really big continuous phrase like love our life together, and get a chance to use the puffy alphas. I didn't get a chance to use them so much in the last two kits that we got. There was just so many different things to work with that I just got overwhelmed with some of the other ones. But I love the green. I love the funky font going on. So I was happy to get to use them. Using the really awesome exclusive flare that said snap, and I love that camera. It's so cute. I was going to use the house because, family feels like home, and I don't really feel that things need to be all matchy-matchy. But then I just decided to go with flowers, and I think I know I end up moving those flowers around eventually and putting them in some different places. But I do end up using a bunch of flowers for this one. Puffy stickers and ephemera, which are both exclusives, and they both match really well. But I'm going to save the houses because I kind of have an idea for a layout with the houses, so that was kind of why I wanted to save them. So I've got this big title going on, right? Like, love our life together. And the flare has the word snap and all this stuff. And so I start to kind of realize like I've got a lot of phrases going on. So I really loved that banner and I really wanted to get it in because it's another favorite piece of mine. But I don't end up using it, so I'm going to save it and get to use it again. It was just covering up too much of the V, and I don't want, like, the heart for the love was almost completely covered. I didn't want to cover up another letter because I really wanted people to be able to read that it was the word love. So I think it takes a little while before I actually switch that out. But I do switch it out for a different piece of exclusive ephemera, which I love just as much. I'm going to use that thread technique, and going to use like the only color I have available right now, which is like a citrus green. I have citrus green thread just kind of hanging around. I don't really have any other colors, and I keep forgetting to buy it when I go to the store. So thankfully it matches perfectly. I put it under the flare. I'm going to put more under the yellow puffy sticker that I left down at the bottom. I do leave that puffy sticker down at the bottom permanently. Yeah, geez, it takes me a while to decide to get rid of that banner. There we go. I love that little arrow pointing up to them. Just like happiness is here. And it's kind of funny because I look at these photos and like sometimes we're having a good day as a family and sometimes we're having a bad day as a family, and that's just That's just the way things are. I don't know, this video must cut out or something because it doesn't have very much running time left. And I feel like I got a lot more going on. So I'm going to assume my video must cut out. But yeah, anyway, sometimes there's good times, sometimes there's bad times. This was a good night. I was happy, you know, we were chilling together and enjoying each other's company. So that's when happiness is there. And when it's not, then I know eventually it'll come back. It just sometimes takes a little while. I think everybody that, you know, has kids can kind of know what I'm talking about. It's not all sunshine and rainbows and amazing days and like filled to the brim with activities. Sometimes you're not feeling well, or sometimes people are getting on your nerves. So, anyway, yeah. So, I'm just kind of having fun finishing up my embellishing. I could go on for days embellishing because there's so many embellishments. But, you know, I always try to keep it a little conservative on my first layout of the new kits, just to kind of get an idea of what I've got going, and then I can kind of go crazy. But I mean, it's got a busy background, so it didn't need a lot of embellishing. But I really love how this turned out. I'm really happy with this layout. It's one of the ones that I've made recently that I've been happy about. I do outline the heart just to have it stand out more, and I like how that turned out. So yeah, guys, pictures are coming up. I don't even know what I'm doing now, but yeah, pictures are coming up. So thanks so much for watching, guys. What am I doing? All right, bye.